A pair of 5-2 teams tangled tonight at R.A. Faganell Hall. It's the Elmhurst College Blue Jays and the Buena Vista University Beavers. And as we prepare for tonight's action, let's send it down to the court for tonight's starting lineups. Starting lineups for tonight's contest. We'll run through them again real quick, starting with Elmhurst. Jake Rohde starts at point guard, the freshman from Chicago Heights, Illinois. He's averaging almost 15 points per contest. Ryan Patton, a sophomore guard out of Rochester Hills, Michigan, joins him in the backcourt. Then let's go to the front court. Levon Thomas, a freshman, is there out of Bellwood, Illinois. Jeremy Ireland will also get his ace start of the season. He's averaging 16 points and over 11 boards. And then Justin Fox rounds out the starting lineup. For Buena Vista, it's Thomas Wisecup, a senior guard in the starting lineup, joined by David Jeffries, another senior guard. Then Connor Winkleman, a junior guard. Timothy Jeffries, sophomore guard out of North Las Vegas, Nevada. And Kenyon Hopkins, the lone man who is listed as a forward in the starting lineup. Thanks for joining us tonight on BlueJayTV.com. I'm Jason Doro, and let's get tonight's action started. Buena Vista wins the tip, and we're underway at R.A. Faganell Hall. Wisecup controls up top for the 5-2 Beavers. Both these teams 5-2 as we start today's action. Wisecup again at the top, and he'll draw a foul on the drive. That goes against Patton. Sophomore guard picks up his first of the contest. Elmhurst enters this one 2-1 in CCIW play. This, of course, non-conference action, though, as Buena Vista comes from the Iowa Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Winkleman up top. Looks left side and bounces off to Wisecup, who averages 17 points per contest. Now inside on the block, it's Jeffries who's sent away, but the Beavers get it right back. Cross-court pass. Now a heave from Winkleman as the shot clock expires, and the rebound is corralled. Here come the Blue Jays the other way. It was Ireland with the rebound. He's on the left wing with the rock. Less than a minute into this one. Rohde with the jab, has to pick it up on the right wing. Now he gets it back just in front of the Beaver bench. Left corner, it's Patton. Dribble drive, tries to dump it off to Ireland. It's not there. Bounce back to Ireland. His fadeaway jumper no good. Rebound to Connor Winkleman. No score yet here in the early going. Winkleman hands off Wisecup. He'll trigger a tray. Back rim no good. High board ripped away by Levon Thomas. That's a strong rebound from the freshman forward. Blue Jays the other way. Errant pass picked up by the Beavers. Justin Fox going to corral the pass. Here's Buena Vista. Left side three on the way. Too strong. The rebound bounces out, and Ireland will get it on bounce. Blue Jays looking for their first bucket of the night. Almost 2 minutes in now. Here's Rohde. Takes a screen on his right. Bounces it back to Thomas. Thomas, just a freshman out of Bellwood, Illinois. He floats one up. Again off back rim, but he'll get it right back. Drives to the block, pump fakes, up with the right, still no good. This one tapped out of bounds on the baseline, and we'll keep it on this end. Well, up and down they go here in the first couple of minutes, but the ball hasn't found net yet, and there it is. Patted off the inbounds play, hits the tray, and it's 3-0 Elmhurst. Let's see if Buena Vista can respond on the other end. Jeffries right side, bounces it. Here's a 12-foot jumper from the baseline, good. Kenyon Hopkins, he's averaging just shy of 10 points per game. 3-2 our score. Long full court pass up to Ireland, who's able to bounce it to his teammate Patton, who lays it in. Patton has an early 5, all of the Blue Jays 5 points. Buena Vista, here they come all the way to the bucket. It was Winkleman on the drive, and he'll draw the foul. Let's take another look here. Nice transition offense there from the Blue Jays to get the bucket from Patton. So here's Winkleman at the stripe. He's made 75% of his free throws this year. First one is up and nothing but net. Winkleman, a junior guard out of Marshall, Minnesota. Listed at 6 foot, 165 pounds, and he rolls in number 2. Back within a point here, 5-4. We ticked almost 3 minutes into this contest. Rhodey, a little full court pressure here from Buena Vista. Has to arc a pass to the other side, and finally Elmhurst gets it across. Justin Fox off to Rhodey, now inside Ireland, holds it at the elbow, hands off right back to Rhodey. He's going to do a scoop pass inside to Thomas, who draws the foul going up. It's a crafty pass from Rhodey. Let's take another look. He has to pick it up about 8 feet from the bucket, but then just a little underhand pass to get it inside to Thomas. That's a nice pass to create an opportunity for his teammate. So here's Thomas, freshman forward, went to Wheaton North High School. First free throw rattles off. Thomas, 5 of 10 at the stripe, entering this one. A couple of subs now. Derek Dotlich enters. Sophomore guard. And now we got some subs for Buena Vista as well. Billy Sparks taps into the game. Matthew Goodman has entered as well. Free throw number 2, swish. Score moves to 6-4 as John Baines sends Lance Gardner into the contest, replacing Thomas. 6-4 in the early going. Thanks for joining us here on BlueJayTV.com. For Monday Night Hoops, Blue Jays playing their first game in more than a week. Drive from the Beavers. This was Sparks who misses the floater. Rebound picked up by Rhodey. Rhodey playing point, pushes it ahead. Out to the corner for Patton, who tries to drive baseline, but will kick it back out. Left side Gardner now into Ireland. Strong move to the hoop. Misses the layup. Misses the putback as well. And the Beavers are able to pick up the board. Now Wisecup between the legs dribble. Right side Jeffries triggers the tray. No good. Rebound by Gardner. Gardner using that 6'7" frame to get up and reel it in. Rhodey taking his time. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. A small lead for Elmhurst. Fadeaway shot from Ireland in the paint. Good. His first points of the night. Expect a lot out of Jeremy Ireland this evening. 16 points a game, 11.6 rebounds per contest. This one deflected into the backcourt. No over and back. Drive from Wisecup. His pull-up fadeaway off the back rim. And the rebound corralled by the Blue Jays. Here's Dotlich. He'll back it out in front of the Beaver bench and swing it near side. Again, Rhodey really starting this Elmhurst offense. Left all alone is Dotlich, and he traveled as he collected the pass. A couple more subs now for Elmhurst. Brandon Auker will see his first action of the evening. Dotlich remains in the game. Buena Vista sends Thomas Wisecup, who has played point for most of the night, to the bench as David Jeffries enters. So now Winkleman will man point, playing against Jake Rohde. Beavers setting up their half-court offense. It's Jeffries with a behind-the-back dribble. Now a fake on the baseline. Bounces it in for his teammate Goodman, who has a nice layup off the glass. And it's 8-6. Closely played contest so far. Still full-court pressure from Buena Vista. Brian Hafton wants to lay some pressure on this Elmhurst team. Has missed a couple of bunnies here. Offensive rebound for Peyton Sampson, who kicks it out far corner three, and it's good. Derek Dotlich with the triple, 11-6 Blue Jays. Now the Beavers in transition. Long tray from Billy Sparks, no good. On a bounce, Jake Rohde picks it up. Rohde, he tries the floater. Too short, front rim. Jeffries the rebound. Jeffries will push it himself. Far side for Adam Jewell, getting his first minutes of the night. And there will be a whistle against Elmhurst on the baseline. The foul is issued to Brandon Auker. He picks up his first of the night. More subs here now for Buena Vista. Brady Dix enters, getting his first minutes of the evening. Billy Sparks, the trigger man underneath the basket, as John Baines gets a late sub in. Rohde to the bench. He's sitting now for the first time this evening, and Nick Perry's in the ballgame. Jewell collects the inbound in front of the Elmhurst bench. Blue Jays up by 5. Sparks with it near side, dribbles into the paint, loses his balance, able to fling it out to Jeffries for 3, and he swishes it. Jeffries has been excellent from deep this year, shooting 61%. So the Blue Jays will have to keep a hand up in his face. Blue Jays on the drive this time, and they fire right back. It's Dotlich who lays it in with the left. He's averaging in double figures this season. And a charge on the other end. Jeffries out of control. And the Elmhurst bench loves that. Let's run it back one more time. Great defense. That was Gardner drawing the charge. And he's got the rock right now. Still full court pressure from Buena Vista. Brian Van Haften looking to wreak some havoc here. Blue Jays into their half court set. Another 3 from Dotlich. This one too short. And the Beavers pick it up. Here's Sparks in transition. Bounces it off for his teammate Dix, but it was wild and will go out of bounds on the near side. So 13-9 our score. Almost 7 minutes in here in the first half. Non-conference action between Elmhurst and Buena Vista. Elmhurst 5-2 on the year, 2-1 in CCIW play. 3-1 at home. They've been good here at R.A. Faganell Hall. But Buena Vista is undefeated on the road at 3-0. Left-handed layup from Nick Perry, the freshman guard. He's just 5'11". That was a good drive and score from the young gun. 15-9 Blue Jays. Dix at the top, crossover dribble. Now near side for Jeffries. He wants another 3. Too long, and the rebound picked up by Dotlich. He flings it all the way down the court and a little bit too far and out of bounds. Dotlich had the right idea. The football pass was just a little too far. More subs here for Buena Vista. Wisecup back into the game after sitting for a couple of minutes. We should expect to see plenty of run out of him tonight. Averaging about 27 minutes per game. And here he is. He has to bounce it off to his teammate Wright. In the corner, it's Dix who bounces it into a Blue Jay. Running the other way, it's Perry. Bounces it off for Sampson, and he has an easy bucket. A nice little run from Elmhurst, and they have their widest margin of the contest at 17-9. Inside Dix. Elmhurst bench wanted to travel. This one rolls out. Rebound to Sampson. Sampson with a couple of strong possessions as a pair of Blue Jays wait at the scorer's table. Gardner alone at the top. Far side. They swing it back for Gardner, 4 to shoot. He'll take a 26-footer. Back rim, no good. It bounces around, picked up by the Blue Jays, and shot missed by Auker. But Gardner's got an offensive rebound on the loose ball. And another easy bucket for Elmhurst. It's 19-9. Other end, Wisecup. His three, a little bit too short, tapped around. Buena Vista will pick it back up. But look at the hustle from Auker. He knocks it around. Eventually the Beavers get it back. Bodies all over the court. Pass inside off the head of Hopkins, and here comes Elmhurst. Perry all the way to the bucket. His up and under layup, no good. Ball on the deck again, and we got a whistle against Elmhurst. Up and down they go. Here's the missed shot from Perry. 2 bodies hit the deck. And eventually they called a foul against the Blue Jays. Ryan Patton will re-enter here for Elmhurst, as well as Jeremy Ireland. Blue Jays with the rock. Foul was actually against Buena Vista. As we pick play back up here with 10.5 to play in the first half. Beavers rock. It's Wisecup at the point. Now far side, Grant Wright. Hands back off to Wisecup. He dribbles left off a screen from Hopkins. Has to bounce it out. Right side, Jeffries. He's already taken a couple of trays from this side. He's able to drive, gets it tapped away, misses the layup. Perry playing point. Dishes it right side. Dribbling in and then back out is Dotlich as Elmhurst resets. Ireland. Far side now, triple from Dotlich, no good, but an offensive rebound and another try for Dotlich. This one also rattles out. Board taken in by Kenyon Hopkins, who averages about 3 rebounds per game. The big guy at 6'4", 225 pounds. And now our first pause in the action tonight. Brian Van Haften takes timeout. Score 19-9 here. 9 minutes, 35 seconds to play in our first half, and Van Haften takes timeout. He's in his 22nd year as the head coach of Buena Vista, by the way. The program won just 26% of its games in its first 17 seasons. Then Van Haften takes over, and the program exploded. They've been extremely strong since then. It was 1996 when he was promoted to head coach from the assistant position. And these Beavers out of Storm Lake, Iowa, look pretty strong this season despite Elmhurst having a significant lead on them here in the first half. On the other side, John Baines, in his 5th year as the head coach of Elmhurst, holds a record of 69-45. He began his college coaching career at Elmhurst as an assistant in 2000-2001. And in the early 2000s, he was also the men's tennis coach and women's golf coach. Played college basketball at Illinois Wesleyan, eventually found himself as the head coach here at Elmhurst. And he's performed well in that role. Last season, they went 22-7, made a trip to the second round of the NCAA tournament. The 22 wins matched a school record for most in a season. And it was also the first time in school history that Elmhurst had back-to-back 20-win years. So Baines thriving as the head coach here in Elmhurst. 19-9 as we resume play. Beavers with the ball in the half court after calling their first timeout of the contest. Goodman fakes pass inside, dishes it near side for Winkleman, who misses the 3 short, and it's tapped off a Blue Jay on the baseline. Shot clock did not reset. 9 seconds on that timer here. Wisecup, the trigger man, underneath the bucket. Looks for a cutting Winkleman. It's not there. Running out of time. Eventually gets it into Jeffries, who goes up. He's denied by Thomas. but they'll also issue Thomas a foul. Excuse me, they're going to issue the foul to Ryan Patton. He picks up his second of the contest. Fourth foul of the game against Elmhurst. And we got 2 shots here for Timothy Jeffries. First free throw up, too short off front rim. Jeffries hitting 76% of his shots at the charity stripe this year. The brother of David Jeffries, who's a senior on this squad. Timothy, just a sophomore, listed at 6'3", 200 pounds. Free throw number 2. Swish. 19-10 the score now. Buena Vista switching things up. They were trapping in that full court press. Now they're going man-to-man. It's Billy Sparks guarding Jake Rohde. Ireland at the top. Tries to get it inside to Thomas, who's able to pick it out of the air. Misses the left-handed layup, but then tapped in. It's Justin Fox on the tap-in. The freshman gets a bucket. 11-point lead for Elmhurst. Again, they have their biggest lead of the night. The Beavers need to start scoring, and start scoring quick for that matter, to quell this Elmhurst run if they want to get back in it. Billy Sparks, fadeaway 3, rattles off rim, backboard, and picked up by Thomas. Here comes Elmhurst. It's poked away from Rohde. A rare turnover by Rohde. At the other end, Jeffries. He drives and draws the foul on Patton. That's going to be number 3 on Ryan Patton. And John Baines reached for something on the ground. Couldn't tell if it was a towel or a clipboard, but he knows he has to get Patton out of the game now. As you take another look at the foul on the sophomore guard. Beavers with a fresh shot clock after the foul. They're almost in the bonus here. Winkleman with a elbow jumper off the back of the rim, and Elmhurst has another rebound. They've been dominating the boards this evening. Ireland on the block. He'll back down his defender and fling it out for Fox. Now Rohde, left-handed dribble drive back to Ireland. He'll work the baseline against Goodman. Tries to pass it along the baseline, and it's taken away by Wisecup. He gets in the passing lane. Buena Vista on the other end, a 3 for Jeffries. Off rim, and again, Rohde with the rebound. So a stint here with little scoring midway through the first half at R.A. Faganell Hall. On the drive, Dotlich, and he draws the foul. Good left-handed move to get to the bucket. See Ireland hand it off, and then Dotlich on the drive, left-handed move, and the foul on Goodman. That's 4 now against Buena Vista in the half as Dotlich goes to the stripe. A sophomore guard out of Winamac, Indiana. He misses free throw number 1. Dotlich has made 3/4 of his free throws entering this one, averaging 8 points per game, over 3 rebounds, and playing about 27 minutes. He had started 2 games so far this year. He's played in every one. Didn't get the starting nod this evening. So after he misses both, it remains 21-10, an 11-point Elmhurst edge. Wisecup all the way to the bucket, right-handed layup, too strong. A little fight for it in the paint. Justin Fox comes away with it. Elmhurst the other way. Rohde decides to back it out and pick it up. At the top, Ireland shoves it off far side, and now they swing it back for Rohde. Freshman guard has been quiet tonight so far, although he's averaging almost 15 per game. Ireland with 6 to shoot in the shot clock. Off to Thomas, his 17-foot jumper, no good. Winkleman with the rebound, and he pushes it across the timeline. In for Goodman, the 6'7" center with the fadeaway jumper, and it rolls around and drops. Goodman, probably the biggest body on the court at 6'7", 250 pounds. Sophomore out of Lime Springs, Iowa. Almost 8 points per game, and Elmhurst will have to keep a body on him. 9-point edge for the Blue Jays. And they turn it over again. Here comes Buena Vista. Winkleman on the drive, has to pick it up. Billy Sparks a straightaway 3, got it. And And John Baines will get off the bench and call timeout. Here's another look. Sparks left all alone, and he's not going to miss it. Sparks shooting above 50% from deep on the season and averaging over 11 points per game. He's going to get a lot of those points from beyond the arc. So 21-15 our score. Elmhurst out in front by 6 with 6 minutes and change to play here in the first half. Thanks for joining us on BlueJayTV.com. I'm Jason Doro. Elmhurst looking for win number 6 on the year and win number 4 at home. Their last game was a real thriller. They played Wheaton College and lost 98-95 right here at R.A. Fagenell Hall on Saturday the 9th. So they've had 8 days in between contests. They'll be a little bit busier here in the next couple weeks. A game in Lisle at Benedictine on the 21st. Then they'll also play at Pacific in Forest Grove, Oregon at the end of the month, December 29th. And a little West Coast swing. They also have Willamette University on December 30th in Salem, Oregon. And then, of course, we'll get back into CCIW action in January and February. They have one more non-conference game before they play at Illinois Wesleyan on January 6th. That's against Edgewood College on January 3rd. That will also be at home here in Elmhurst. So we pick play back up with Brandon Ocker playing point for the Blue Jays. Fox with it now. Rohde. Sampson at the free throw line, hands it off. Rohde. He's going to take a 3. That one's a bit too strong. Offensive board though for Fox. He loses it. And eventually Sampson gains possession. A fresh shot clock for the Blue Jays, leading by 6. Looking to add to their lead. Handoff for Ireland. 18-foot jumper, again back rim. Goodman, the 6'7" center, gets the rebound. Wisecup wants a 3 on the other end. He misses as well. Rohde with a long rebound. And he looks to push. He's got numbers. Near side corner, Ocker with the 3. He misses. Rohde leaps for the board, and they'll issue a foul against Buena Vista. That will go against Timothy Jeffries. And yeah, you can see right there, bumped into Rohde, jumping up for the rebound. Fresh shot clock for Elmhurst. Rohde triggers and bounces it in for Lance Gardner, junior forward out of Roseville, Minnesota. Rohde gets it back. Dribbles into a double team in the corner. Cross-court pass. Far corner now for Ocker. He misses that shot. Goodman with another rebound, and he pushes away Gardner. The fans didn't like that. No foul nonetheless as we tick under 5 minutes in the first half. 5 fouls to each side, 21-15. Elmhurst leads. And an offensive foul called against the Beavers. John Baines will make a couple switches here. About a quarter of this first half left. It's Gardner, Perry, Fox, Sampson, and Rohde for the Blue Jays with 4.5 to play in our first period. Rohde, left-handed dribble into the paint. Throws it out far side for Gardner. Good defense from Jeffries. Now Perry, he had a couple of early buckets. Picks it up at the free throw line. Nowhere to go with it. Just 6 for the Blue Jays to shoot. Here's Rohde. Crossover dribble, long 3 on the way. Soft roll, no good. High rebound, bounces away from Fox, and they'll call a foul against him as Adam Jewell picks it up on the baseline. It's the first foul against Justin Fox in the contest. Foul number 6 against Elmhurst, and will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Canyon Hopkins at the top. Now Jeffries. And Winkleman took too many steps before he put the ball down. Traveling violation against him. Couple of switches now for Brian Van Haften. He gets Grant Wright in the game as well as Billy Sparks. It's the secondary lineup for the Beavers. And most of the reserves for Elmhurst. But Rohde, the starter at point, will get it off to the left side for Fox, the freshman forward out of Dwight High School. Rohde at the top, works off the screen, now gets to Perry. 8 for the Blue Jays to shoot. Gardner, right-handed dribble, shimmies away from his defender. His pull-up jumper too strong. Hopkins reels in the rebound. A scoring drought for both teams here late in the first half. Ball poked away from Jeffries. Good defense from Gardner. Here come the Blue Jays the other way. Sampson dishes it off for Gardner. He misses the layup. The ball bounces out of bounds on the far side, and it goes right back to Buena Vista. A missed scoring opportunity there. Elmhurst shooting 27% from the field tonight, which isn't the best clip, but it's well ahead of the Beavers' 21.7%. Both teams with a pair of trays so far in this contest. And both shooting under 20% from deep. Billy Sparks, long three from the left wing, no good. And another foul against the Beavers. This will be against the senior guard, Adam Jewell. Jewell picks up his second foul. It's team foul number 7 on Buena Vista, which puts Levon Thomas at the line to shoot 1-on-1. First free throw up and good. That breaks the scoring drought that both teams have been on. Thomas has played 8 minutes tonight. 2 of 3 at the free throw line so far in this one. He's got a pair of points and 3 rebounds. Free throw number 2, good. Elmhurst extends their lead to 23-15. Hopkins at the top. Far side, Jeffries. Now Sparks. He did not play last season, but has contributed a lot this year for Buena Vista so far. On the block, it's Hopkins. Stepping away from his defender, now near side. Back into Hopkins. Fadeaway floater. Rattles around, no good. Ireland gets it off the bounce. Blue Jays in transition. They weave through the Beaver defense and kick it out for Ireland. He'll pick it up in the paint, and he has to swing it back out to reset the offense. Under 2 minutes in the first half we tick. John Baines with some signals from the Elmhurst bench. Ireland at the elbow, hands off Thomas. 16-foot jumper, no good. Thomas having trouble from the floor. He's 0 for 5 on his field goal attempts. Jeffries to start the Buena Vista offense. He's played 12 minutes. Sparks near side. Triple on the way from Jewell, no good. Not even really that close, and Elmhurst gets it on a bounce. Rohde up to Perry across the timeline. And now an offensive foul down low. It will go against Levon Thomas. That will be Thomas's first personal foul. 7th team foul. However, since it was on the offensive end, Buena Vista won't shoot free throws here. Brian Van Haften, the Beaver head coach, with a couple of subs before halftime. Both these teams working on 5-2 marks so far in the 2017-2018 season. Wise Cup with an early 3. Rolls around, no good. Offensive board for Sparks. Another chance here for Buena Vista. 3 on the way off the hands of Dix, no good. Picked up by Gardner, and he's fouled. Gardner's done a great job on the glass tonight. That's rebound number 3. And it gets him to the stripe with just over a minute to play in the first half. Sampson re-enters, replacing Thomas. Gardner at the stripe for the 1-and-1. Free throw number 1, good. Gardner, a junior for Elmhurst. attended St. Cloud Technical and Community College last year. He averaged 19 points and 10 rebounds per game. Was an all-conference selection and then transferred here to Elmhurst, Illinois, where he's performing well. 10 points, 6 rebounds per contest, playing about 25 minutes, and he started every game. Free throw number 2 up, also good. A 10-point edge for the Blue Jays as we approach halftime. Let's see if the Beavers can decrease that margin before the break. Near side, Winkleman. Goodman on the block. Sent away. Great defense from Gardner. Another chance for the Beavers. Sparks, long triple. No good. Long rebound for Rohde. He's got numbers the other way, all the way to the bucket. Right-handed layup, no good. Tapped in. That's another tapped in for Peyton Sampson. He's got 4 points just on putbacks. Sampson, a freshman out of Peru, Illinois. He's played almost 10 minutes. And he's doing a great job cleaning up down low. Shot clock turned off here before the break. 27-15 Elmhurst. Winkleman on the drive, out to Wisecup. Long triple, and he swishes it. That's a big bucket before halftime for the Beavers. Perry will heave as the horn sounds, and it's just a bit short. So we go into the break here at R.A. Fagenal Hall with Elmhurst up 27-18 on Buena Vista University. Ryan Patton with 5 first half points. Gardner and Sampson both had 4. Dotlich also had 5. So we'll take a break here and come back in about 15 minutes for the second half here at R.A. Fagenal Hall. You're watching Blue Jay TV.
Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
I'm close to everything.
I need a great school at a great price.
I'm learning about myself and my role in the world.
I love a challenge.
I'm dreaming big,
But feel totally at home. I want an education with meaning.
I want to be a champion for others. I made connections for life.
I'm ready for the real world. Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
To reach my full potential.
Coming here as a Division III player, you're coming here to get your degree. We have some players that go on to be professional athletes. They've gone overseas, but that's not the norm. Our players are coming, they're finishing their playing careers here. And so whenever they're done, they're being prepared in something else other than just basketball. So for us, that's the student-athlete model. You come in, you're working hard. Our players put in as much time as a Division I player does, but it's because they want to be there. I know that from motivating our players, if they're coming to practice, I know that they're working hard because it's out of them, not just because we've got a dollar sign, they have to do it, this is how they have to stay in school. They don't have to be there. They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player, and there's something that's special about that experience to me, coaching that player.
Elmhurst College is much more than buildings, courses, and credits. It's a supportive community of individuals who are committed to helping you reach your full potential. But don't take my word for it.
I visited a lot of schools, but when I came here, it was just like, I'm home.
As soon as I walked on campus, I felt like I could dive right in and get involved.
Getting involved is easy, especially in class. The average class here has just 17 students.
Every faculty and staff here just wants me to succeed.
I can go up to them, and it's not just office hours. Like, I'm here from 10:30 to 11:30. It's actually like, whenever you need help, my door's open.
There's a real connection that takes place. I'm frequently asked, what do I teach? I never say music. I teach people. Music's the vehicle.
It was great to see that rather than just teaching textbook material, they're actually giving you some industry insight.
I'm a vocalist. I'm out in the clubs performing. I'm touring in Europe and performing. So they see how their life can transition into that.
A lot of my friends from other universities, they don't get to be a part of undergraduate research, professional development at such an early stage.
They're truly there to help you and to build you and to make sure that you are amazing.
And at Elmhurst, you can be amazing all around, including on the field. Football is just one of 20 Division III sports.
We went straight to the Final Four of the nation, and that was a great way to come in and start off the season.
They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player.
Wrestling wasn't my life. I was able to go out and do a lot of different activities and get involved on campus.
We are allowed to be students and we can be involved in a lot of other things.
How do you want to get involved? You'll have your choice at Elmhurst.
Our campus has over 100 clubs and organizations.
Whatever you want to do, there's something here for you to do.
Concert choir, the wind ensemble, gospel choir,
Habitat for Humanity, Global Poverty Club.
I'm an orientation student leader,
SGA, Best Buddies.
Greek life at Elmhurst College is really focused on leadership and discovering who you really are.
To be part of all these different organizations and get to know all these amazing people is why I love Elmhurst.
You can also get to know the world beyond the campus. Elmhurst offers study abroad opportunities in 44 countries.
I studied abroad in Granada,
Holland, Germany, El Salvador,
Israel and Palestine,
Costa Rica,
Czech Republic.
Back at home, you'll enjoy all the advantages of our great location. Downtown Elmhurst is just a short walk from campus, and the Metro train will take you to the world-class city of Chicago in just 30 minutes. When it comes to career preparation, we've got you covered. Elmhurst will connect you with the people and the experiences you need to reach your full potential.
Elmhurst allows you to grow into the knowing, and I appreciate that there's a journey that we encourage. It's not just in one program or one department, it's threaded throughout everything that we do.
Elmhurst College pushes you to truly find who you are as a person and as a professional.
They will make sure no matter what your interests are, what your career path is, that there's going to be a resource on campus that is going to help you find that potential and then reach it.
If I had to say why Elmhurst would be the best option for nursing education, I would say because you don't have to be big to be the best. We have all of the student services, we have all the educational services, the excellent curriculum and faculty, so we're not big, but we are the best. We have a state-of-the-art simulation center, and I have seen many sim centers across the nation, and this one is truly, truly remarkable.
The professors there encourage us to make mistakes because it is simulation and they want us to learn from our mistakes.
Going to the sim lab that's actually in Elmhurst Memorial Hospital, it's really, really cool. The facility is amazing, it's brand new.
What the simulation center consists of are mannequins, but these aren't just mannequins like you've seen before where you do CPR. Our mannequins talk to you. Our mannequins birth babies. Our mannequins cry. If you don't do what you need to do as a nurse to our mannequins, they will die. So what we do is actually simulate experiences in real life that you will see as a nurse, and you get to make mistakes without hurting people.
At any school you can learn the skills, but I feel like at Elmhurst, the faculty and staff are encouraging us to do more.
They're always passionate about what they do, and I think that's very important. One of my professors said, you don't just want to be a good nurse, you want to be the best nurse.
We do have many partners in the community at Elmhurst College, and basically we have to. We rely on our community partners to provide that clinical education piece. So while we are there with our students, side by side, teaching them, we couldn't do it if we didn't have the clinical partners. I think our faculty are our gems here. When you come to Elmhurst for nursing education, you will receive your education from clinical specialists. You can be good as a clinician, but that doesn't make you a good educator. We need excellent educators to be able to translate that theory into practice for our nursing students.
I got on the floor, and after a few weeks working with my clinical instructor and working with my classmates and collaborating, it really has provided me with a safe space to, talk to my instructor, talk to my other peers, and really work together to build my confidence and competency as a future nurse.
I feel like they are preparing me well, and I have no doubt that in a short year and a half that I'll be ready to go out into the world and be a nurse helping patients.
Our students are working everywhere. We have students working in schools, hospitals, and in community health settings. So our students are really everywhere. We don't just teach, we change lives.
I love when people ask me, okay, what can I do now that I'm here?
I'm in the honors program,
Being a part of Union Board,
Best Buddies,
Student Government,
Debate Club,
Relay for Life,
the Research Keystone program,
Greek Life,
Tri Beta,
Juggling Club,
Student Ambassadors.
Once you get here, there are plenty of things going on. Serving the community is such a huge part of being an Elmhurst College student.
Center for Professional Excellence has a whole department and team ready to help you get involved with community service.
I think one of my favorite ones would have to be when I joined Golden Crew. The organization itself focuses on pediatric cancer. We had like a whole scavenger hunt for them, and I dressed up as Batman and kind of helped lead them through the entire experience. And it was kind of really like a humbling thing.
Being able to plan homecoming the last 4 years, it was really honestly one of the best experiences I've had here.
I don't think I would have been this social or this confident if I wasn't part of the 10,000 things that I get the opportunity to be a part of every day.
The connections that you make on this campus, both in your academic classes as well as the different service organizations or just activities you get involved in, give you the opportunity to really get out there. Making those connections isn't something that's superficial. It's something that you get here as an experience. It's something that is going to carry on for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're coming here to get a degree, but your 4 years in college aren't just defined by that. It's by all the things that you're involved in and the people that you meet, and the way that you meet those people is by getting involved.
Definitely being on the cross country and track team, that has been really great. The athletic community as a whole is really inclusive and inviting, and then having that team, it's really family oriented. We usually have 20 girls on the team, and we're all brought together by our love for running, and our coach is really instrumental in that. But you get to know each other so well through practices, and you're going through all these really hard workouts together. So you're putting everything you've got out there, and you're all supporting each other. You get to know each other on a really personal level that you might not otherwise just by meeting these girls in class. So you get to know about their families and their classes and their goals for the season, and you really support each other. The Division III athlete is kind of the perfect balance of student athlete too. You still get your sport, and it's highly competitive, and we compete just as much as the D1 athletes do, but then we are allowed to be students, and we can be involved in a lot of other things. I know a lot of the girls on my team and myself are involved in a lot of other clubs and organizations, and I feel like at a D1 school you kind of are limited. You can only be on your sports team and then study too for your classes. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with that.
Originally, it was a breath of fresh air. I'm alone. What am I gonna do? What could I possibly do? What's ahead for me? And once I got on campus, I just excelled. I utilized all my resources coming here. It was a program called Direct Connect, which was a minority program to get students situated with the campus 2 weeks before school started. So I actually lived on campus 2 weeks before. I went to seminars, which actually helped us get acquainted to the long campus hours. The teachers that were in the seminars were actually going to be our teachers that were on campus. So we have something here called the first year seminar, which not only is supposed to promote growth within the freshmen, but also serve as a guidance or a type of direction for their first time here. And they were ecstatic. They helped me, they gravitated towards me, and I actually use them as a stepping stone even now in senior year. Growing up, I did not have that type of support. In high school, you think you can stay after class, but what will other students think? I think once I got here, it was more so what do I want? Just having a drive, a motivation to go forth and actually reach out for help or ask for help.
The teachers are extremely approachable.
The one-on-one interaction has really helped me find that passion.
I learned that no goal is too big.
They want you to network and then take risks, because that's how it's going to be in your practical life.
They want us to succeed just as much as we do.
More of a learning experience, I think, outside of the classroom.
Various opportunities to really dive into different viewpoints.
Elmhurst fosters that environment of openness and everyone contributing to the greater good.
Elmhurst really challenges you to keep an open mind.
I went to Jamaica for 2 weeks. I came back with a whole new perspective.
They will make sure no matter what your interests are, what your career path is, that there is going to be a resource on campus that is going to help you find that potential and then reach it.
Through research, I've been able to go to all these new places, and I've also been able to really broaden my perspective.
We go in the field as pre-service teachers sophomore year.
I've exceeded what I
thought at 18 years old walking on this campus that I could do.
Coming back to Elmhurst at my age has allowed me to see that, yes, I have the potential to do other things.
And it's helping me grow to be a better leader.
I feel like I've been more prepared than I have ever been before in my life.
I don't want to be a blank slate. I want there to be lots of dimensions to me.
I'm going to be able to do something that's going to matter in this world.
I want to be that voice for people that can't speak up for themselves.
Without this school, I don't think I would have gone after those motivations or those dreams.
The people around me and the resources the school has allowed me to reach my potential.
Definitely ready for the real world.
There's always a new experience like right around the corner. I didn't plan on running here, and then like right before school started, I emailed Coach Eric Guda. I sort of have been running this summer, and I've always been a runner. What if I joined the team? And he was like so excited about it, and he was just very welcoming about it. So the fact that I came into the school with like 17 other people that were runners and I had something to relate with, that was awesome. Since we're all D3 athletes, school comes first, athletes come second, but at the same time, we're playing that role 24/7. And it's really helpful that like I don't just have this cross-country family, I have all the athletes here on campus that I know I can like relate to in some way. There's so many opportunities here that, you know, help you push you in the right direction, and there's always someone to help you along the way and support you and be your friend and also be your professor and also be your coach and be your mentor. And there's just so many different roles that you can connect one-on-one with everyone.
Two defensive stalwarts have taken the court tonight at R.A. Faganell Hall. 27-18 our halftime score. The Elmhurst College Blue Jays lead the Buena Vista University Beavers. Thanks for joining us here on BlueJayTV.com. I'm Jason Doro. Let's take a peek at our first half stats before we tip off period number 2 here. Elmhurst has held Buena Vista to 6 of 31 from the field. That's just 19.4%. They haven't been any better from deep. 3 of 19 on the trays are the Beavers. The Blue Jays, meanwhile, are shooting 27.8% from the floor, 10 of 36, and they're 2 of 11 from deep. A big stat that stands out so far, Elmhurst with 13 offensive rebounds, Buena Vista with just 5. And the Blue Jays lead by 14 in the overall rebounding margin, 33-19. Nobody on the court has more than 5 points in this first half. And we have a quick whistle here as we kick off period number 2. Looks like they're going to reset the clock and re-enter it. For Elmhurst to start off the second half, it's going to be Ireland, Rohde, Thomas, Patton, and Dotlich. Dustin Fox rounds out that lineup. Dotlich on the bench. So here we go now, 9-point Elmhurst lead to start off period number 2. They've led by as much as 12. And it's an air ball to start off the second half out of the hand of Ryan Patton. He had 5 points in the first half, and he's playing with 3 fouls. You'll want to keep an eye on that. Jeffries at the top, kicks it near side. Buena Vista looking for their first points of the second half. Fadeaway jumper from Winkleman. The rebound reeled in by the Blue Jays. That's Justin Fox with the rebound. Fox played a strong first half. 2 points, 6 rebounds for him now. The ball deflected away and trickles out of bounds on the near side. Tight defense from Timothy Jeffries. Buena Vista played full court D that entire first half, and expect the same here in period number 2. Rohde with it, dribbles to the baseline, little hesitation move, lobs it out to the far side to Patton, who will draw a foul. The foul is charged on Connor Winkleman. He picks up his first. And again, here's the move from Rohde. Great hesitation under the hoop in order to open up Patton, who had the little head fake that drew the foul. First foul of this second half. Winkleman picks up his first of the ball game. Ireland left all alone for 3. Misses that one, long rebound. And here comes Jeffries. And he kicks it off his own foot. Both teams had 7 turnovers in the first half. That will be number 8 for Buena Vista. This full court pressure has created a lot of those turnovers. Here Ireland has to pick it up. Great defense by the Beavers in the backcourt, and now Wisecup left open for three. He can't hit it. In the lane, it's Winkleman. Tries to bounce it out to the corner, and he misses his teammate Wisecup. So the shooting woes continue for the Beavers in the second half. We still hold our halftime score at 27-18. Rohde, trapped, now flings it across half court up to Ireland. Good job to break the press. Now we'll see if the Blue Jays can put it in the bucket. Far side, Rohde. He'll take a jumper from the baseline, 18-footer, no good. Numbers for the Beavers the other way. Winkleman all the way to the rack, and he lays it in. Winkleman is up to 4 points in this one, and they cut the lead to 7. Patton with it. He has 5 points on 2 of 3 shooting. Ireland has to pick it up about 30 feet from the hoop as the Blue Jays reset their offense. 9 on the shot clock. Thomas on the far side in front of the Elmhurst bench. He picks it up as well. Justin Fox triggers a tray. High rebound, reeled in by Jeffries. The 6'1" guard races down the court, gives it off to Hopkins, who swishes a baseline jumper from about 12 feet. A little 4-0 run to start off half number 2 for the Beavers, and John Baines will use a quick timeout. 27-22 now the score after a pair of buckets for Buena Vista, and Baines in his 5th year for Elmhurst calls timeout. Let's look at what Buena Vista has done this season. As we mentioned earlier, they're 5-2 on the year, 2-0 in Iowa Intercollegiate Athletic Conference play. They started off the season with a couple of high-scoring victories, beating Morningside 100-91 and then winning at Bethany Lutheran 85-82. They've played some really high-scoring affairs. Saturday, November 25th against Greenville. Final score 142-128. This team is averaging 89 points per contest, so credit this Elmhurst defense in holding them to 18 points in that first half. This full-court style that Brian Van Haften is implementing is definitely part of that high-scoring team, because they also give up 86 points per game. They like to run and gun, they like to get up and down, and right now Elmhurst is slowing them down. Entry pass poked away. Fox gets it back. Eventually, Jeffries strips it back. At the other end, it's his brother, Timothy Jeffries. He gets to the bucket and kisses it off the glass. 27-24 the score. Buena Vista racing back into this contest. Thomas picks it up. He zips it to his teammate Ireland. He misses the layup. Put back from Fox, no good. It's tipped out of bounds off of Beaver, so we'll keep it on this end. Elmhurst will go with a couple subs here, 3 minutes into the second half. Matthew Goodman enters for Buena Vista. Bounced into Ireland. Rohde gets it right back. Elmhurst working with a fresh shot clock. Near side, Dotlich. Gets it right back from Ireland, and he's bumped on the drive. Good job by Dotlich to force the issue. The foul will go against Thomas Wisecup. He picks up foul number 2. It's the second against Buena Vista in the half. Ireland with a chance to work on the block. Right-handed hook swish. Ireland now with 4 points in the ballgame, 2 of 7 from the floor. At the other end, it's Jeffries, and again he works to the right side of the rim and lays it in. That's Timothy Jeffries' move. He's up to 5 points. 29-26 our score. Elmhurst has led by as much as 12, but it's been a tough second half. Fadeaway jumper from Ireland. Bricks that one. Winkleman able to get the board and get it to David Jeffries. Both the Jeffries brothers in the game out of North Las Vegas, Nevada. Made the long trip to Storm Lake, Iowa to play for the Beavers. Goodman on the block for the 6'7" center. Drop step, right-handed shot off the bank, no good. Good job by Gardner to get the rebound. Full court pass up to Ireland, who misses the bunny. John Baines can't believe it. Here comes Buena Vista. Jeffries, corner tray, good. And we're all knotted up, 29-29. The Beavers have not led in this contest. Elmhurst has led for more than 22 minutes of the 25 minutes that we've played. Rohde bounces it far side. It's Patton. And there's a whistle underneath. Looks like this will go against Buena Vista. And yes, it goes against Timothy Jeffries. You see Gardner fighting for position on the block, and Jeffries just wrapped around it. 3 fouls now against Buena Vista in the half. And we get almost a full platoon here off the Beaver bench from Brian Van Haften. Weissklupp, the starting point guard who averages almost 14 points per game, heads to the bench too. Quick 3 out of the inbound pass, and it's good out of the hand of Ryan Patton. He's up to 8 points, pacing the Blue Jays, and they have the lead again. Can the Beavers answer right away? Winkleman with a jab. Nice fake in the lane, but he'll miss the bunny. His 8-footer no good. Elmhurst the other way. It's Patton pushing the tempo to the corner. No good. Rebound tapped around. Sampson the board. He goes up with the right, gets the foul and the bucket. Sampson will go to the stripe to try to make it a 6-point game. And look at the strong move from him. Sampson, a freshman out of Peru, Illinois, was first team all-conference during his senior year at LaSalle Peru High School. Now he goes to the stripe with a 5-point lead. Has not been great at the free throw line this year, shooting 44%, and he misses that one off front iron. Beavers will push. There's never a dull moment in this basketball game. Both teams have gone up and down the court. Billy Sparks with a 26-footer, no good. It's a long 3 early in the shot clock for the Beavers. I think Brian Van Haften might want to see them working inside a little bit more. Entry pass for Gardner, left all alone, right-handed layup, good. Easy bucket for Gardner. And after this game was tied up 29-29, the Blue Jays have gone on a 7-0 run. Jumper from Hopkins, no good. Tapped around off the backboard, and eventually Dotlich is able to grab possession. It was 27-18 at halftime, and then an 11-2 run from Buena Vista tied up this contest 29-29. Now a 7-0 run. Can they make it 10-0? The three-pointer no good from Patton. So it stays a 7-0 run and 7-point lead for Elmhurst, who will be issued a foul here. The foul is called on Derek Dotlich. First foul against him. It's also the first team foul against Elmhurst in the half. They've played clean defense 6.5 minutes into period number 2. David Jeffries bouncing it at the point. Far side Grant Wright, who hasn't played a whole lot tonight. Jeffries again. Right-handed shot off the bank, no good, but an offensive board for the big man, Kenyon Hopkins, who lays it home. 36-31 our score. Some of the Blue Jays starters on the bench. Nick Perry plays point. Perry, a freshman out of Flossmoor, Illinois. On the baseline, Patton, a spin. Tries to lay it in, but he misses it. No good on the point-blank shot. And now the Beavers have an open 3 in transition, and Billy Sparks rolls it home. Sparks has not been great from the field tonight. Just 2 of 8 and 2 of 7 on triples, but he gets that one. He has 6 points, and it's a 2-point ball game. Gardner, a 3-pointer from the top, spins around and out. He would have loved to get that one. Sparks again, far side tray, swish. And for the first time tonight, the Buena Vista University Beavers lead this ball game. John Bain says, let's slow things down. We've been winning this game in the half court. Patton with it, left alone at the top. His 3, good! Ryan Patton, the lone player on the court in double figures with 11. Elmhurst has the lead again, up 2. Another 3. This one rattles out. Adam Jewell, the party who missed that one. Patton, left side, ball fakes inside. They swing it around for Gardner. Gardner, pull-up jumper, 19 feet. Back rim, high rebound, poked away from Hopkins, and it's a foul against Peyton Sampson. Sampson picks up his first foul, team foul number 2 against the Blue Jays. A tight second half of basketball so far at R.A. Fagenell Hall. This is what we expected. 2 teams, both 5-2 on the year. David Jeffries inside, scoop shot, no good, but he was fouled in the process. Justin Fox bumped him in the back. And check out the entry pass here from Connor Winkleman. Yeah, nice bounce to get it to Jeffries. He tried the right-handed scoop. Couldn't get the and one, but here he is at the stripe. Jeffries, a senior guard, the 2016 IIAC Defensive Player of the Year. He also earned All-Conference Honorable Mention honors. He makes free throw number 1 as Jake Rohde comes in, replacing Nick Perry. And they're going to need Rohde down the stretch here. Rohde has not scored in this contest. He does have 7 boards, though, and 2 assists. So free throw number 2 from Jeffries. Also good. 39-39, we're knotted up. Just over 11 minutes to play. Poked away from Rohde in the backcourt, but eventually out of bounds. It's Jeffries applying the pressure. The older of the 2 Jeffries brothers on the Buena Vista roster. And John Baines will spend another timeout. The Beaver full court press hampering this Elmhurst offense in half number 2. It was 27-18 at halftime. And since then, it's been all Beavers on a 27-12 run. Let's take a look at our stat sheet again. Ryan Patton with 11 points for Elmhurst. He's played well, shooting above 50% from the floor. He's got some good help from Lance Gardner, who has 6 points, and Peyton Sampson, who has 6 as well. But otherwise, a slow night for 2 of the primary scorers for the Blue Jays, and Jeremy Ireland, who has just 4, and Jake Rohde, who has not registered a point yet. Buena Vista now shooting a better clip from the floor than Elmhurst, too, up near 30%, while the Blue Jays sit at 28%. Still, the Blue Jays dominate the offensive boards with 16. Buena Vista has just 7. And there's an unforced turnover. 9 turnovers to each side at this point. The Blue Jay bench has chipped in 19, while the Beaver bench has 13. This game has been tied just twice. Winkleman on the drive, right-handed scoop shot, good. Beavers up by a pair. More full court pressure. It's Billy Sparks at the top of this press. David Jeffries will pressure Ireland near the timeline. Took 1 step across, and they issue a 10-second violation. John Baines a couple steps onto the court to help out his team in breaking that press as Sampson goes to the bench, Dotlich goes to the bench. The Blue Jay starters are back in. Thomas, Ireland, Fox, Rohde, and Patton. Winkleman dribbling right. Pass it across his body, now inside Goodman. Little right-handed hook, good as well. A more efficient second half from the floor for the Beavers, who lead by 4. This time they get it to Ireland, who will be able to cross the timeline without any pressure. Rohde looking to set up the offense. Thomas posting up inside. They can't get it to him. Patton on the near side as the Beavers apply pressure in the half court. Patton poked away at the free throw line. Numbers for Buena Vista. At the other end, Timothy Jeffries. His free throw up high, or layup, excuse me, up high off the glass and good. And Baines will spend another timeout. Between timeouts, a 6-0 run from the Beavers. And here's another look at Jeffries finishing on the other end. A good contested layup from Jeffries, who has 10 points now on 4 of 7 shooting. 3 personal fouls have been issued to him. He's one of the few players in foul trouble in this contest. It's been a clean game. Ryan Patton is the only other player with 3 fouls at this point. 9 minutes, 53 seconds to play. And it's been a tough second half for Elmhurst. They led 27-18 at the break. Buena Vista leads 27-12 since that point. The Beavers also have 20 fast break points. At this point in the contest, Elmhurst has not registered any of those yet. And Elmhurst has led for a vast majority of this contest. Even though Buena Vista is up by 6, they've only led for 82 seconds. Elmhurst has led this ballgame for 25 minutes. And I'm sure John Baines is telling his team right now, we have them beat. We showed that during the first 20 minutes. Get back to playing that kind of basketball. Baines has been great as the head man at Elmhurst, 69-45 career record. He's registered back-to-back 20-win seasons for the first time in school history and made consecutive trips to the NCAA tournament, also a first for the program. So here's Elmhurst out of the timeout. They've solved the press break as they get it across. Thomas will dribble into the paint, uses that big body with the rip through in the bucket. Blue Jays really needed that one. They get a bucket from their freshman forward who has 4 points. On the other end, here's Buena Vista. Jumper from Winkleman from 17 feet, no good. Jeffries nearly tied it up, but eventually ripped away by Fox. Now Rohde, he's got space, dribbles into his defender, flips it up and good. A nifty play from the freshman, who is into the scoring sheet now, and he'll have a chance for an and one. 2-point ball game here. Rohde shooting 75% from the stripe on the season, and he swishes it. The pure stroke makes it a 1-point ball game with just over 9 minutes to play. Wisecup in the corner. Cuts back door and a great pass from Goodman. And a quick whistle underneath. This will go against Elmhurst as Adam Jewell re-enters, replacing Timothy Jeffries. Five fouls against Buena Vista. 4 against Elmhurst, and that last one was on Ryan Patton, so he will head to the bench. And that definitely puts John Baines in a tough spot. One of his top players with 4 fouls here late in the contest, and there's another foul right out of the timeout. This goes against Colin Bomstad. Bomstad had replaced Patton. Bomstad is a freshman out of Earlville, Illinois. Cut from Winkleman. He goes up, misses the layup, but an offensive board for the Beavers. 3 on the way from Brady Dix, no good. Fox with the rebound, and he says, I'll take it myself across the timeline. Fox inside and back out to Ireland. Ireland with a quiet game so far, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Elmhurst looking to extend their run, and they do. It's LaVon Thomas with another bucket. He's got 7. It's a 7-0 run for Elmhurst, who leads by 1. Thomas Wisecup, the point guard for the Beavers. Now it's Jewell on the near side. Wisecup gets it back, dribble drive, picks it up, able to dish it off to his teammate Goodman, who scores the and one. The drive from Wisecup draws the double, and there's no weak side help, so Goodman's all alone for the bucket. Goodman has 8 points in the contest. 9 of 10 at the free throw line entering this one. And he makes that free throw to make it a 2-point Beaver edge. Kenyon Hopkins re-enters, replacing Goodman, who now has 9 points and 4 rebounds. Still full court pressure here from Buena Vista, but a great pass from Rhodey to break it. Now Thomas up and under and good. Floating through the lane, it's Levon Thomas with the left-handed layup. He has 6 points in just the last couple of minutes, and we're tied up again. Wisecup, pocket pass over to Hopkins, who lays it home. Wisecup weaving it between a pair of defenders to get it to the big man. On the other end, Bomstad off to Thomas. He's feeling it right now. Back rim and off. Skying for the board is Wisecup. Pass up to Hopkins in transition. Right-handed layup, good. Buena Vista showing off the transition game to go up by 4. Good job by the Beaver point guard Wisecup in finding the right man at the right time. Bomstead, he wants a 3. Swish! Colin Bomstead didn't play in the first half, but he's chipping in crunch time here. 52-51. Wisecup awaits a screen at the top, behind the back dribble, guarded by Fox. Now it's Winkleman with the tray, rattles in. These teams scoring at will here in the second half after a very quiet first period. Fox to the bucket, misses the right-handed shot. Beavers looking to push. Into the lane, Jewell, he backs it out, Wisecup, left open for 3, yes. A big run here for the Beavers, who go up by 7. Again, Elmhurst has to break the press. Stripped away from Thomas. Numbers for Buena Vista. Wisecup at the bucket, good. The transition game paying off for Buena Vista here in half number 2. And a great bounce pass from Adam Jewell to his point guard Wisecup, who finishes at the rack. 60-51 our score. And John Baines will use another timeout. Thanks for joining us here on BlueJayTV.com. We've had a good one. After the first half of play, Elmhurst led 27-18. So far in half number 2, Buena Vista has taken control. They're winning the second half by 18 points, and thus they're ahead in the game by 9. And you can credit that full court defense. Elmhurst has had some trouble breaking it. Both of the Jeffries brothers for the Beavers have played well. Timothy has 10, and David has 5. There's one other Beaver in double figures. Kenyon Hopkins has 10 as well. And Buena Vista has just shot it a lot better here in the second half. They only had a pair of trays in the first half. They're 8 of 28 overall now, shooting 28% from deep and 39% from the floor, when they shot below 20% in the first half. And they're getting higher percentage looks, as is Elmhurst for that matter. They've also played better offensively, thanks to Ryan Patton, who has 11. Levon Thomas has 9. And Lance Gardner's played well with 6 as well. So we'll resume play after the John Baines timeout. He's used 3 in this second half due to the excess of points that Buena Vista has produced. And right now his team badly needs a bucket. Colin Bomstad now into the paint for Sampson. Gets it right back. Free throw line jumper, good! And a rare chance at an and one off a jump shot here for Elmhurst. Look at the nice play, a little dish off the screen from Sampson, and Bomstad nails the jumper. So 60-53 the score. Bomstad has 5 in this one. His shot up and good. 6 points now for the freshman. Elmhurst refuses to go down easy in this one after a very hot second half from Buena Vista. Winkleman pushes off, and eventually they get it to the far side for Adam Jewell. He spins, able to dish it off now for the big man Hopkins, and he delivers a pocket pass to Jeffries, who lays it home. 62-54, back and forth these teams go now. in non-conference action here at R.A. Faganell Hall. A pair of 5-2 teams. Buena Vista still undefeated in conference play, while Elmhurst sits at 2-1 in CCIW action. Ryan Patton, who has 11, into the paint. Floater too strong. Jeffries snags it, and Buena Vista, for once, slowing things down. They're happy to milk the clock late in this contest. Up until now, they've played a very fast-paced game. Adam Jewell for 3. This one a little short. Skying for the rebound is Jeffries, off his knee and out of bounds. Or rather, they say off an Elmhurst leg. Let's take another look here. High rebound, bounces around, and, well, it's hard to say from that angle exactly who it hit last. In any case, it's Beaver basketball underneath the bucket. Justin Fox is up off the bench, replacing Lance Gardner. He'll guard David Jeffries on the far side. Fresh shot clock for Buena Vista if they can get the ball in. Eventually bounced in to Thomas Wisecup. He slings it out to the top where Billy Sparks will trigger this offense. Wisecup gets it back. Rifles it near side. Sparks fakes it 3, puts it up. Good. Sparks really has only shot it from deep, but he's got 12 points now on 4 of 9 shooting from 3. Rohde with it. And his pass to the far side doesn't get to another Blue Jay. So another turnover here in the second half for Elmhurst. They've turned it over 14 times now to Buena Vista's 9. And that shows you what the second half has been for Elmhurst, because it was 7-7 in the turnover category at halftime. Eventually the pressure from the Beavers paying off. Head coach Brian Van Haften implementing a great game plan here and slowing things down in the half court. Hopkins, right-handed dribble, zips it far side, gets it back on the block, stripped away. Colin Bomstead with some inspired play here in the second half. All the way to the bucket and good. Colin Bomstead up off the bench and firing in all cylinders. Look at it again. The Euro step into the lane and the bucket. Bomstead back to the stripe for another chance at an and one. Free throw on the way. Rattles around and good. He's got 9 points tonight, and he's keeping the Blue Jays in it. Just over 3.5 minutes to play now. This pass gets away from Goodman. He taps it off somebody's foot. They say off a Buena Vista foot. So the ball goes to Elmhurst with 3.5 to play. They have to get it in the backcourt, though. David Jeffries has played 94 feet tonight for basically this whole game, guarding Jake Rohde. Ireland nearly walked at the top, gets to Rohde. His 3 up, no good. Bounces far side, and reeling it in near the Blue Jay bench is Sparks. Full court pass up to Jeffries. Buena Vista still willing to push, up by 8. Pass over to Goodman. Off his legs and out of bounds. Jeffries zipped it through the defenders, and Goodman just couldn't handle the pass. Billy Sparks off to the bench. Connor Winkleman in. Rohde playing point in these critical minutes for Elmhurst. They want to trim away at this 8-point edge. Rohde, right-handed dribble, rips through, far side. Pump fake from Patton into the paint. Draws some contact and the foul. Elmhurst forcing the issue now. Patton has used that head fake really well from outside, and that time it helps him get to the free throw line. Patton tonight has 11 points. He's playing with 4 fouls. Free throw number 1 up and no good off back rim. He's 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from deep. Elmhurst might need a few more trays from him this evening. And now Brian Van Haften will use one of those timeouts he has left in his pocket. It's a veteran move from the 22nd year head coach of the Buena Vista University Beavers. 65-57 the score, 2 minutes, 37 seconds to play. Let's take a quick look at what Elmhurst has coming up after tonight's ball game. They will travel to Lisle for a game against Benedictine on the 21st. That game is 3 days away, Thursday at 6 p.m. A little break for them during the holidays, and they'll play at Pacific out in Forest Grove, Oregon on December 29th. They follow that up the next day with a game at Willamette University in Salem, Oregon, before they come home and play Edgewood College on January 3rd, right back here at R.A. Faganell Hall. And then CCIW play will get started January 6th at Illinois Wesleyan in Bloomington. Buena Vista, by the way, who's from Storm Lake, Iowa, will play one more game here in the Chicago area at Concordia tomorrow night in River Forest. The free throw good from Patton, who will head off to the bench, and that's offense-defense here from John Baines. Yeah, he says, right back to the scorer's table, buddy. We need you on the offensive end. But he's playing with 4 fouls, so he doesn't want him playing this full-court press. And here we go, a chance for Elmhurst. They call a foul against the Beavers before the inbound. It's still a 7-point game, and with the clock not even running, Buena Vista commits a foul that gives the ball right back to the Blue Jays. Ireland nearly loses it, gets it back. Rhodey jumps into a 3 and swishes it. Rhodey performing when they need him. He's got 6 points. It's a 4-point ball game. Full court pressure from Elmhurst for one of the first times today. David Jeffries eventually walks it across the timeline. Jeffries with the left-handed dribble, leading by 4. Weiskup behind the back into the paint. High left-handed dribble, picks it up and enters it for Hopkins. Little leaner in the lane, it's good. 6-point game again. Buena Vista out in front. Rhodey takes another 3. A little strong. High offensive board for the Blue Jays. Patton back up, no good. Fox tips it around. Eventually the Beavers corral it. And now Elmhurst will have to force some turnovers. Fox with a little pressure on the Beaver point guard. Here's a double near the timeline. And now a timeout called by Buena Vista. So again, these teams head to the sideline. 94 seconds left here at R.A. Faganell Hall. Elmhurst trying to claw back into it and grab a W here at home. Buena Vista is working on a perfect record on the road this year. They're 3-0. And they're in the middle of a little swing here in the Chicagoland area. They'll play, as previously mentioned, Concordia tomorrow in River Forest. Buena Vista University, by the way, in Storm Lake, Iowa. It's about a 6.5-hour drive west of here. You almost get all the way to Nebraska, kind of near Sioux City. And they've made the long trek to Elmhurst for the game this evening. Beavers coming off a 14-12 season, went 10-6 in IIAC play last year. Elmhurst 22-7 last year. Blue Jays applying pressure out of the timeout. They really need to, although Buena Vista has an abbreviated shot clock. 8 here for the Beavers to shoot. Hopkins inside. Rips through the paint, left-handed shot, good, and he got the foul. Here's Hopkins. He almost walked. Instead, he got tapped across the arm, made the left-handed hook, and turns it into an 8-point game. And now the Blue Jays will have to push. The free throw from Hopkins, good. He converts the and one to make it 70-61. Up the other way comes Elmhurst. Patton into the paint. Right-handed layup, good. They needed that to cut it to 7. Buena Vista passes it in on the baseline. Weiskup now under the hoop. It's Jewell, right back to Weiskup. Eventually they get it across the timeline, beat the 10-second violation. Winkleman with it near half court. Under 1 minute to play here at R.A. Faganell Hall. 70-63 Elmhurst trails. Connor Winkleman, right-handed dribble off a screen from Hopkins. Bounces it in for Hopkins. His right-handed layup rolls around and drops. 9-point lead for Buena Vista. Blue Jays needing to score and needing to score fast. Rohde floats it over to Ireland. He takes a three. It rolls in, and a quick timeout from John Baines. A little life here for Elmhurst with just 35 seconds to play. And yeah, they needed that tray from Jeremy Ireland. Good pass from Jake Rohde. As soon as he saw the double coming, he floated it over to his teammate Ireland, who got the three to go. Ireland now has 7 points and 5 rebounds. And now if you're John Baines, you're figuring out how to hopefully force a turnover here in the backcourt, get a quick bucket. As soon as the ball crosses the timeline, you'd imagine that Elmhurst is going to foul here, put Buena Vista at the stripe, and hope for some missed free throws. 9 fouls against Buena Vista. So if Elmhurst draws a foul, they'll be in the double bonus. On the other side, Elmhurst is right where they want to be. 7 fouls on them in this half. So a foul would put the Beavers at the stripe for a 1-and-1. Ryan Patton has been the star tonight so far for Elmhurst. 14 points, 5 of 10 shooting, 5 rebounds. No one else in double figures so far for the Blue Jays. On the other side, 3 Beavers in double figures. Hopkins has 17 on 8 of 11 shooting. It's been almost all layups for that matter. The big guy has found some efficient looks inside. Billy Sparks has a dozen. Timothy Jeffries has 10. A lot of transition points, and Sparks with 4 3-balls. So we resume play just under 35 seconds in the contest. And we have a foul before we can even get the ball in. The foul is charged to Justin Fox. Fox picks up number 3. And as mentioned, Buena Vista will be in the 1-and-1, as that is the 8th foul against Elmhurst in the half. Jeffries the man at the free throw line. David Jeffries, that is. He has 7 points, and he's 2 of 5 from the field. Free throw up and good. Jeffries was shooting 80% from the free throw line entering this game. He's a perfect 3 of 3 at the stripe in this contest. 34 seconds and change to play. Buena Vista backs off. They've been playing a full court defense almost this entire ball game. Rohde works it across the timeline. Screen from Ireland off to the right corner. Fadeaway 3, no good. This one basket caught by Wisecup, who dribbles away from Patton, draws a foul, and that will probably be the end of the ball game for Ryan Patton. He picks up foul number 5, and he'll exit this contest finishing with 14 points. A very solid contest from the sophomore guard out of Rochester Hills, Michigan. He's been averaging just under 9 points per game, so he really cleared his average. A 1-and-1 here for Buena Vista at the stripe. First free throw up, no good from Wisecup. A little bit of life for Elmhurst. Here comes Perry. In and out dribble, gets into the lane, pushes off, up with the left hand, no good. Bounces around, back out to Bomstad. Near side Perry, he knows he has to shoot soon. Drives to the bucket, his shot blocked, picked up by Hopkins, and the Beavers will be able to dribble this one out. David Jeffries jogs across the timeline. And that's it tonight from R.A. Faganell Hall. 74-66, the final score. Buena Vista outlasts Elmhurst. The Blue Jays had a solid lead at halftime, but the full court press from Buena Vista a little bit too much in the end. We'll call that everything tonight on BlueJayTV.com. We appreciate you joining us for this one. Again, the final score at R.A. Faganell Hall. Buena Vista 74, Elmhurst 66.